Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning to Madam Shakira. Before I start my presentation, let me introduce myself. Okay, my name is Madatin Shifa binti Zanabidin and I am from DLM4F and my ID number is PDL1905150. So today I am going to present about international trade. Okay, basically, international trade is the exchange of goods and services between countries. Trading globally gives consumers and countries the opportunity to be exposed to goods and services that are not available in their own countries or which will be more expensive domestically. Okay, first of all, let me explain about what is supply chain. A supply chain in commercial supply chain management is the management of the flow of goods and services, involves the movement and storage of raw materials, of work in process inventory, and of finished goods as well as end-to-the-end order fulfillment from point of origin to point of consumption. Okay, in simple words, supply chain is the management flow of goods and services that all the processes of that transform from raw materials into final products. Next, I'm going to explain what is international logistics. Okay, international logistics is the process of planning and manages the flow of goods and products in your company's supply chain from acquisition to customer purchase, where part of process involves crossing at least one international border. For example, we can look at the picture that I give, for example, from Empire Exportadora to the using road transport is deliver their items into the operator logistic international, then they're using airways to transport to other country, which platform of logistic to transfer to operator logistic international, then they can deliver and finally they can deliver their products in Empresa Importadora. When we are going to deliver items by internationally, we all need a documentation that used in international trade. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, there are 9 types of documentation when we need to deliver our items. Okay, first is freight shipping forms, bill of lading, commercial invoice, certificate of origin, insurance certificate, inspection certificate, export packaging list, shipper export declaration, and finally and lastly destination control statement. So I'm not going to explain all the types of documentation, but I will choose two of all. Okay, first I choose bill of lading. As we know, bill of lading, or known as BOL, is evidence of a contract between the carrier, which is transporter, and the exporter to deliver goods to a designated party, which is the importer, at a specific destination in the importer's countries. Okay. Uh, Bill of lading is an extremely important document in international trade and has the following features, which is a document to title of the goods, okay, that being transported, It also a receipt for the goods. Besides, a bill of lading also an acknowledgement that the carriers, which is shipping company, be receive the goods to be delivered for the importer. Okay, next is commercial invoice. As we know, commercial invoice is a legal document between the supplier and the customer that clearly describes the sold goods and the amount due on the customer. The commercial invoice is one of the main documents used by the customs in determining custom duties. We will move on to the next slide, which is mode of transportation. There are 5 types of different transportation, which is rail, water, road, air, and lastly is pipeline. As usual, I'm going to explain 2 transportation that I choose. First is types of water transport. There are various types of water transport, which is cruise ships, river boats, jet skis, raft boats, ferries, yachts, submarines, as well as tugboats. So this is examples of water transport that I already explained at the previous slide. Okay, there are advantages of water transport, which is more suitable for heavy and fragile products, loading and unloading facilities, no problem of congestion, and it is cheaper means of transport. Okay, for the point, the most suitable for heavy and fragile products. Usually, many items which are bulky and heavy are fragile can be moved with ease. And for the point of the loading and unloading facilities, is usually the sender of cargo has the facilities of loading and unloading from boats and wharves on and from steamers and barges. And for the advantage, which is no problem of congestion. Okay, as we know, waterways provide an independent movement. Uh, Unlike road system, where road is meant for any kind of vehicles, creating the problem of congestion. And lastly, for the point, which is cheapest mean of transport, that mean inland waterway, uh, inland waterways are much lower and therefore it works cheaper for both short and long distance. Okay, there are different types of air freight carriers, which is passenger airlines, or cargos, carriers, integrated express carriers, combination aircraft carriers, which is carriers that have okay. For the passenger airlines are the companies that we see when we book our vacation flights. They are airlines such as Southwest Airlines, Alitalia, and Turkish Airlines. These companies, though they exist to move people, will often offer for sale the space in the belly compartment of their airplane, which is typically where the passenger luggage is stored. Passengers airlines have many weight and space limitations for the cargo they will accept, but they can be a convenient option due to the number of frequent flights to destinations. Okay, next for the all cargo carriers is, as the name connotes, these carriers move air cargo and offer freight service but do not offer passenger services. Okay. All cargo carriers have less weight and emission limitation due to the wide body and containerized cargo aircraft in their fleet, which leave plenty of room for larger, heavier items for project cargo. Since heavy lift freighters are uncommon, their shuttle services are highly specialized and rarely operate on scheduled basis. Then, for integrated express carrier will move your cargo from door at the point A to the door at point B. They will pick up your shipment from origin via truck, fly it to its destination terminal, then deliver to the destination via truck. Okay. Some of the most popular integrated express carriers in the North America. I take example in North America, which are UPS, FedEx Express, and DHL. Through DHL discontinued their Doximity pickup and delivery service in the US as of 2009. This type of carriers rely heavily on their air cargo hubs, where they will unload the cargo, sort it by destination, and load into the appropriate outbound aircraft, all through the use of automated sorting. Okay, this process allows for quick turnaround times and extensive delivery capabilities. Lastly, for the combination aircraft carriers, which carriers that have both passenger and fighter aircrafts in their fleet are known as combination aircraft carriers. I will give example, which is Lufthansa and Emirates. Okay, for the advantages of air transport, I just list three advantages, which is fastest means of transport, consumer satisfaction, and reduced inventory holdings. Okay, for the first advantage, which is fastest means transport. Okay, as we know, air transport provides the speediest movement of cargo than all the types of transportation over the distant places by eliminating practically spatial barriers. Then, for the consumer satisfaction, when the level of customer service and hence satisfaction is of high higher, it is known for immediately speed at least damage to the cargo. For the last advantage, air transport can reduce inventory holding, as it provides fastest and uninterrupted service. Capital investment in the form of stocks of goods is less. Okay, this is of particular importance in case of highly perishable items. Okay, what is highly perishable items? Perishable item can lead to the growth of non-pathogenics along with the pathogenic microorganisms. The microbial activity which occurs in the foods often compromise to sensory characteristics, and henceforth this is seen as a spoilage by the consumer. So we as a seller must take care of this issue and be responsible for in this issue. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you for watching.